I was having such a good time on Fighters, which has been such a great game, and I have to go back. I mean, is it really a surprise that I'm doing this again? Is it really a surprise that I'm sitting here talking about another terrible episode of Dragon Ball Super? I'll probably do a review on Dragon Ball Fighters because it's honestly a great game. It really is. I've figured out a couple combos for myself. I've only my team is pretty much Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, but Ultimate Gohan and Hit's hard as fuck, right? Hit's actually Hit really reminds me of Nina from Tekken, just because of how not only the assassin motif for obvious reasons, but it's just like how hard he is to play. Like these different like not stances. It's more like what's the word? He's just really hard to play like Nina. He's just really hard to play like Nina from Tekken, and it helps that they have the assassin motif. But I don't know. I get reminded of Nina personally because I guess that's one reason. And really, only Beerus and Hit, at least as far as I can tell, are the only ones that really like one of the criticisms. Okay, I don't want to get into a fighters review, so we'll I'll talk about that in the comment section, or I'll talk about it in a stream or another video. Right? This is going to be about Super Episode 125. I was having such a good time on fucking fighters, right? I had a combo. I was making combos. Like I think my biggest combo was like 6,000 something with like Super Saiyan 2 Cell Games Gohan, right? And obviously I use Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo. And Vegeta is easier for me to he's probably I could probably do more damage with him because you can do the final flash, right? In the air. Whereas with whereas with his level 3 super, you can only do it on the ground, right? But the thing, like Vegeta's really good in the game. Like he has like a full screen, like heavy. His one of the heavy versions of his supers, like, or one of his specials, goes full screen, and you can do. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. And you could probably do like a big bang attack after you do that too. Damn. Anyway, okay. Enough about fighters. This will be about fucking Toppa. This was really painful. Like again, I know I'm talking about fighters a lot, but it's just like come on, man. Like, why do I gotta go from fighters to this bullshit? You know what I mean, man. God, it really hurts my soul. It really hurts my soul that people say all this false information about the characters and people actually like it. It really depresses me to see people that who I thought had good opinions, like they seeing what they're saying now about Super just has me SMH. Anyway, okay. Anyway. Much like a Dragon Ball episode, Z and Super episode, it takes 3 minutes for me to actually get to the point. So the episode starts off, the usual Goku and Vegeta versus Jiren. Yet again, we have useless commentary from Krillin about how Goku and Vegeta aren't doing anything to Jiren in the opening minutes of the episode. Yet again, we have 17 spamming the barrier. It's so funny that 17 only used the barrier fucking once in Dragon Ball Z, and now he's used it over like 10 or 20 fucking times in Super. You know? So yet again, we have more spamming a move. Yet again, we have more overusing and repetition of something, making it non-special anymore. The animation when Toppo's eyesight slows down, that really had me rolling, right? That because okay, so there's it's very early in the episode. There's the scene where 17 he's using like this multi-key barrage blast on Toppo, and then Toppo's blocking it like with both his arms or some shit. But there's this one animation, right? There's this one part of that scene where Toppo's eyesight slows down, and it's all like there's like a red filter over the screen, right? That is like some of the most amateur shit I've ever seen. Not the red filter or the fact that it slowed down. It was the camera movement. The camera movement looked like something out of fucking like Windows Movie Maker. I couldn't believe I was watching that. Like seriously, like people complain. Like I'm thinking about like Western animation, right? Even Western animation isn't that bad, and generally speaking, Japanese animation, animes, at least as far as like action scenes go, especially, they're typically much more better than Western animation stuff, right? I'm speaking very generally, right? This what I saw was, I swear to God, like that scene, you could put that shit on YouTube, and you would not believe like that is a real scene from the fucking show. I couldn't believe it. Like it was like this like fucking like wonky ass like it's kind of like the camera work that you see in like meme shit, right? Like on fucking like comedy memes or you know some shit like that. I couldn't believe like that was there in the fucking, and again, you know, it's just like it wasn't like this major ass thing, right? But the fact that like the fact that it didn't go on for longer than 3 seconds, and it still made me like nauseous just to like look at that. Good God, fuck Toby. Um, that more power scaling bullshit after this, right? 17 is somehow challenging Toppo in a key beam struggle, right? Where supposedly all of Toppo's justice is brought to the forefront. So his hot, passionate feelings of justice, right? Which, you know, that's not that it's not like it's not like that's nonsensical within the confines of Dragon Ball, right? Oh, I feel so. Actually, no. In some respect, it is. In some respect, it is. Namely, just treating justice as a concept and not so much like care. It's not like Gohan or Kale. You know, it's not like Gohan like caring about the people of Earth or Kale or Cauliflower trying to protect Kale. You know, it's just like justice like in a concept. But anyway, the point is like it's more power scaling bullshit. 17 is somehow challenging Toppo, which I don't know. I mean, I guess if you wanted to take 17 versus Super Saiyan Blue Goku in that one episode, well, however much fucking nonsense that makes, right? Anyway, I can't even speak right. Nothing needs to be said about that. I hope nothing needs to be said about that. I swear to God, if I get like one cancer, if I get like one cancer commented, okay. Then you know Frieza attacks him from behind. And then Toppo is like overwhelmed by Frieza's and 17's like key attacks, and then he's pushed to the edge or something. And then people this was another like really stupid moment. People were shocked at Toppo not being eliminated, right? When all Whis had to do was just turn his head and look over to his seat and see Toppo was not there. You think that Piccolo, Gohan, you know, you think Roshi even, you think some character, Beerus, you think one of them would at least have the common sense to do something like that, but no, they don't. They need Whis to tell them that no, he's not eliminated, and they go like, oh, you know, have that little like that little voice clip of them being like shocked and shit, like, oh, you know, fucking stupid. Now we have Toppo, and this made me mad for two reasons, right? The first reason was, okay, so let me explain the situation. Toppo says that justice means nothing anymore, right? After like he's like overwhelmed by 17's and Frieza's ki blast, right? So he then goes on to say that justice means nothing now. Okay, so the first reason this makes me mad, right, is because Toppo said this in the episode where Goku first went to Ultra Instinct, where he was like, justice doesn't matter anymore, right? Then, in the episodes after that episode, after episode 109, 110, right? In the episodes after that, he went back to spouting fucking justice nonsense, like, justice will prevail, justice flash, doing poses and all this bullshit, right? So, right there, we already have contradictory writing from like, incompetent ass Toei writers, right? But now again, he's saying the same shit, justice doesn't mean anything. So, justice doesn't mean anything, justice means something, and then justice doesn't mean anything, right? Back and forth like this. Fucking bullshit, right? But the second reason this makes me mad was the fucking reactions that I saw from people on Twitter. People were using this as just as evidence, as proof, as a crux of their argument that Toppo is actually a decent character because of his feelings about justice. Good. Oh my God. I can only do this I can only react this way so many fucking times. It really pains me, shocks me, at the same time doesn't shock me. At what people will do, not even to defend Super. This was being said by people who hate Super, right? Toppo is a decent character because, like, don't get me wrong, right? I don't think Toppo is necessarily a bad character, right? Yes, I think like this, like, I think they've mishandled his character, like, definitely, like, they've mishandled it, plain and simple. Whether it's being over repetitive with the justice stuff or being contradictory, like what they're saying here, right? But as far as like the character design goes and the idea behind the character, I think he fits within Dragon Ball, right? But this shit right here, what? Listen, if you want to see how justice helps to develop a character, right? Not just one character, how it helps to develop a whole series. Read fucking One Piece, you know? That's a great ass manga. The world government and all that shit, because it actually goes into people's morals and their thinking about justice. We don't get that with fucking Toppo. All we know is that Toppo is devoted to justice. Then he says that it doesn't mean anything here because Goku and Jiren are so strong. And then he goes back to spouting the same bullshit. That's not fucking developing a character. He's not a decent character because of that. He's not a decent character because of that. That doesn't make him decent because he was saying justice means nothing now. What the fuck? This is where like people's understanding of context. It's so stupid. Look, Kuzan, Aokiji from One Piece, right? That is an example of a character where justice helps to like characterize him and develop him to be really good, right? In fact, personally, he's my favorite, like, well, I guess former admiral, but favorite admiral character, right? He's one of my favorite characters in the series, right? Because one, he was allied with the world government when Sengoku was at its head, right? Then when Akainu took helm of being the what's the fucking title now? Fleet commander, right? Right? Or is that Kong? I forget. Anyway, he left that. His views on justice changed because Akainu was being so ruthless. He was being over excessive in his in what it took to ensure the safety of the world. You know, it was things like that that changed Kuzan's thinking about what justice really fucking is, right? Not just Kuzan, like any character in One Piece, right? Doflamingo, justice, you know, that very famous thing that people always like to quote, right? Like, justice is who is right, right? Justice is justice is and are the winners in a war, right? They're the ones that decide what justice is, right? That's actually like delving into like what justice is, like talking about justice, like the morals of actual people. We don't get that with fucking Toppo. So stop saying like Toppo is a decent character because of this shit. That is like literally the dumbest fucking shit that I've ever heard someone say in the last fucking 1 week. And I only say 1 week because my friend last week was fucking high as shit, right? And he was saying that, what was he saying? Like, Enes Kanter's better than LeBron James. It was some bullshit like that, okay? Anyway, the point is, stop saying Toppo's a decent character because of this shit. He's not. God, it makes my head hurt. Anyway. That being said, I do like the way that Toppo looks when he gets like his new power up, right? Toppo looks cool with his new power up, okay? But why the fuck does he have a symbol on him? That's the thing that makes no sense to me. He all of a sudden now like he's become like a god, like, and whether he's an actual god destruction or a god destruction candidate, or whether the lines have been blurred or whatever, right? I mean, obviously the lines have been blurred, but it's like I don't think Beerus went through this when he became a god of destruction, or Shappa for that matter, or any god of destruction. Like they powered up, encased themselves in like fucking destruction energy, which destruction energy in itself is just fucking retarded, right? Like that's just stupid. Any key attack destroys. The fucking dude. The fucking Mr. Satan's bomb that he uses against Boo, even though that's not an actual like key attack, that fucking destroys. Okay, that's the thing. How the fuck is the energy destruction any different from a Kamehameha, a Big Bang attack, a Genki Dama, a Final Flash, a Makanko Sappo, a Kienzan, a Kiko, any of these, a Sokidan, a Spirit Ball, any of these attacks? And you know, you can make the argument like, oh, Kamehameha is really no different from a Big Bang attack. They're both color blue. One's a beam, one's a ball. Okay, fine. I can understand that. But here, it's actually being treated as though like energy of destruction. Like destruction in itself is like different from a key attack. And I never really talked about that before. Like this is the first time I'm probably talking about that. But that in itself is just so stupid. It's just so stupid. Like even like these destruction powers that they give Beerus, right? Even that's dumb, right? Even actually, no, I don't even remember if Beerus even had. he had the Hakai thing against Zamasu, and that wasn't even. And you guys already know how I feel about that. That was a fucking terrible scene. Everyone was going, "Oh my god, Beerus is such a badass for this," and all he did was just like hold Zamasu, zoom in for 3 seconds on each of their eyes, and then do Hakai. And then Zamasu was like, "Ah!" and had like this like this like horrible ass like scream. I'm not speaking like horrible like it like like it was like horrific. It was horrible like it just sounded funny. Even though Shinichiro Miki is a great voice actor. If you guys haven't heard him as Sakamoto and Gintama, please do that. Anyway, so Toppo looks cool. He looks like fucking Jinpachi Mishima from Tekken 5, right? And Tekken Tag Tournament 2. So he looks cool as fuck, but him having the symbol on that makes no sense. And that makes it pretty obvious to tell that this won't be in the manga. Toppo is not going to get this in the manga. Also, the other thing is that why wait till now to use this shit? And again, we have Toei fucking this up. For someone who is all about justice and protecting the good people and all this stuff, Toei sure doesn't know how to handle this shit at all. He should have been doing this from the fucking start, not wait until he's been exhausted and beat on. It's fucking artificial dramatic effect. That's what it is. Now, the other thing that I was questioning was like how he even got this. And Vermount says that he got training somehow. I think Erms on Twitter said that it was specifically Margarita that gave him training. I don't remember seeing a line of explicitly saying it was Margarita that trained him in the episode, right? But it's still like a very like it's still like awkward as hell for him to use it now, right? He should have been using this from. Imagine if he used this from the start. So much fucking time could have been saved, right? So much time could have been saved. And this is another reason why Super like this when you critically you look at this non-bias with you look at this without any sort of prejudice, right? You look at this and you just try to make sense of why Toppo would wait to use it now. There really is no reason. There really is no reason. And it's so obvious that Toei just made this shit up on the fucking fly, right? And people are going to go like, oh, that's what Toriyama did during the original manga. Yes, but he was actually writing a manga. He actually cared enough to actually make everything fit together. Here he's just doing a plot line. And I'm not talking about Toriyama. I'm talking about Toei. Toei is just making shit up. Whether it's Super Saiyan Bluer or Kaioken and Super Saiyan Blue together. Or I'm actually, like I said, I'm actually not even sure Kefla is going to be in the manga. I'm really not sure she's going to be in the manga. I guess it wouldn't surprise me if she was in the end, but I'm like, if you ask me, is she going to be in the manga now? I'd be 50-50. I don't know. Like it really seems like a Toei only thing, right? And that's the thing, like Kefla, and this is the thing, right? Like I'm thinking about this. I was thinking about this the other day. Kefla has no there's no inkling of Kale in her whatsoever. There's no inkling of Kale in her whatsoever. It's all cauliflower, you know? So I wonder like if that's, I don't know, is that Toyotaro fucking up? Is that Toei fucking up? Is that proof that it's a Toei only thing? I don't know. And the other thing was like, and I'm just rambling at this point, but I think I said that the Patara like being used as weapons and that should be disqualified. But Paparoni, his staff, right? That guy from Universe 3, right? What's the guy's name from Astro Boy? Tenma? Is that his name? Kenzo Tenma? Let me look that shit up. Give me a second. Kenzo Tenma. Oh no, that's the guy from Monster. What am I doing? What's the dude's name from Astro Boy? Okay, Dr. Astro Boy. Let's look it up. Yeah, it is Dr. Tenma. Yeah, okay, it is Dr. Tenma. Yeah, that Dr. Tenma looking motherfucker, right? From Astro Boy. Yeah, he was using a staff. So, and once again, like, that should have been disqualified. Anyway. Yeah, and everyone is shocked that Toppo is this God Destruction candidate when Goku and Vegeta are capable of making Beerus use more than 70% of his power, right? And what the that's the thing, like, everyone was like, oh, Toppo's this god destruction candidate. And it's just like, bitch, you have Goku and Vegeta who's trained with Whis. He's strong. They've achieved forms stronger than fucking Super Saiyan God, and you're shocked at this. He's a god destruction candidate. And what the fuck is this line of dialogue where Vermouth says Toppo making up his mind makes him no different than a god destruction? That made no sense. So the implication, at least that I got from it, and I could be wrong about this, was that Toppo, casting aside justice, or not caring about justice, made him like this god of destruction, like, yeah, god destruction like person. Toppo making up his mind makes him no different than a god. What the fuck, man? Seriously, what is up with... I really want, like, dude, these motherfuckers have got to be like smoking crack or like shooting shit or, you know, they gotta be getting shit from the Yakuza, like shooting shit like into their veins or something. The other thing I didn't get was Frieza's indifference, right? Consider, like, Frieza's like, oh my god, he's a god of destruction, right? And considering his fear of Beerus, right? And I mean, I guess I kind of understand it. You know, like, he dealt with Sidra's god of destruction energy back in, like, when those Universe 9 dog assassins, or the Universe 9 assassins attacked him and Goku, and he's pretty much been nonchalant with Beerus and Whis so far, right? And he's been saying that he's going to use the gods of destruction, even though, obviously, dude, we know nothing's going to come of that, right? One, because Super's ending, right? But two, it's just like, dude, when Frieza said that he's going to use the gods of destruction, the first line he said, I knew, like, that was just Toei making shit up on the fly. I knew it was. I knew that wasn't going to be a plot point. Like, I knew he wasn't going to use the gods of destruction to achieve his end goal, I knew that was not going to be a thing. I knew it. I fucking knew it. And I called it. And I'm pretty sure I told you guys that too. I told you guys. Anyway, the point is, like, I mean, I don't get his indifference to Toppo being like this in his new powered up form, but at the same time I do, considering Sidra's thing and Beerus. But it's still very, like, he's like, oh, and like 17 can tell that Toppo isn't, you know, one to be fucked with right now. The recreation, okay, so basically Toppo hits him with this, like, attack, right? And basically the whole scene is like this recreation of Frieza pushing back the Genki Dama, like, on Namek. That shit was garbage. Say it with me. Okay, let's spell it together. Ready? G G G G G A R R R R R R R B B B B B B B A G E. This shit was fucking garbage. Garbage, you know, it was fucking garbage. It was so bad. He was like, konno mono, boom. Everything is resolved like in a couple of what, like fucking like 15-30 seconds. Dude, that shit, but when he was pushing back the Genki Dama back on Namek and Z, you could actually like feel the fucking power and the force and the weight behind that attack. And it didn't take a whole lot of time either. It was the perfect amount of time. It was like Frieza like holding back, like, argh. You could see like the waves parting, like the Namekian seas parting and shit. Goku and Piccolo diving, like putting their hands in front of them and shit. That was the shit, man. That shit was garbage. And the funny part is, we're not done with the shit yet. The part where they got scared that Toppo's Hakai attack, and when I say they, I mean like the contestants, or not the contestants, sorry, the sideline members, the Universe 7, Universe 11, and all the other various deities. Yeah, the part where, or angels, I should say, the part where they got scared, and deities, Universe 5 is, all the other universes who didn't participate are there. the part where they got scared that it would attack them was so laughably bad. He was like, "Oh my god, I don't want to die like this." Fucking like flash animation, like shrinking of like a key attack the next like 5 seconds. Get the fuck out of here, man. Seriously, that shit was so bad. Seriously, that scene, like I'd be laughing like right now, but I'm just like too tired to do it. But it's just like that was terrible. That I mean, oh my goodness. Yeah, this is. I felt like I was watching something meant for like 2 or 3 years old. 3 years old, you know. I can't even say the word right. 3-year-olds, you know. And yeah, Dragon Ball is meant for kids. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know about that, but at least when it was made for kids back in the fucking 90s, there was actually like some thought put behind it. There's actually something, you know, some sort of like there was actually like there was not a whole lot of maturity like in Berserk or Hunter x Hunter or something like that, but at least there was some sort of like mature sense to it. And of course, we don't get any of that shit here now. I mean, though, the Toppa Jinpachi stuff, I guess, somewhat counts. I'll give it some credit for that. The animation was shit again when Toppo uses the Justice Flash on 17, when there's like all the floating debris around and like 17's like jumping around and shit. Yeah, that was bad. And Toppo's weakness actually isn't that bad considering the Makanka Sapa and the Genki Dama, because those are attacks that need time to like actually like charge their attacks. But the thing is, like, Toppo, I mean, I guess it still works. Like Toppo, you know, it's like it's like Yusuke's ray gun, his spirit gun in Yu Yu Hakusho. He can only use it like a couple amount of times. So I see it like somewhat like that, right? Because he doesn't actually need to charge it, but Toppo needs to do it here. So I don't really think it's that bad a weakness. I'm sure like what they'll do is like I think like the way they'll beat him is like they'll reflect the God of Destruction, one of his attacks, back onto him, and then the clash of that or something will like fucking like explode, or, you know, it'll be some effect like that. And obviously it's gonna be Vegeta next episode. But the thing is, 17 is obviously going to stick around for at least 2 more episodes, because 127's title is the final barrier of hope. Frieza isn't eliminated yet, which I think is like foreboding in the sense that he might be the one to help defeat Jiren or something. Who knows? And yeah, that's basically the episode. As you guys expected, complete garbage. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. I'll do a review on fighters, and I want to find a way to stream like games on my brother's PC, so you guys can actually like watch me play and shit. Maybe do a little teaching, Sensei Manu, Sensei Saiyan Z3. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Fuck Dragon Ball Super forever and always. And I'm actually going to do a Dragon Ball GT rewatch soon, so be on the lookout for that. Take care.